Coffee with Rob. If you noticed, yesterday we didn't actually have our show yesterday, just because yesterday I wasn't feeling 100%. I was actually fighting off a pretty big migraine, so I was not readily available to do much. I ended up kind of just laying on the couch most of the day and just kind of relaxing and trying to feel better, which was nice in essence, just because it was a nice relaxing day. But at the same time, it really kind of sucked because I had this massive headache pretty much all day long, which really took a lot to try and get rid of. So I ended up not doing a whole lot yesterday. I ended up missing out on missing doing the show, which kind of sucked. Although I woke up in time, more or less, to do it. I couldn't sit up to do it. And I thought about actually what I should have done was grab my phone and just did it from a laying down position, even though I would have had like an ice pack on my head and everything. I think it would have probably been kind of funny, but I chose not to just because I needed to rest and relax. I actually ended up coming back out to the couch and putting the ice pack on my head and a heat pack on my neck, or like on my shoulder area, just to make sure I was feeling getting the muscles kind of loosened up, because I could feel some knots in my shoulders and upper back. And then I ended up falling asleep for another couple of hours. So that was kind of how my morning. So I woke up in more or less in time to do this, and then I was just like, I couldn't do it because I couldn't sit up, and I was in so much pain from this migraine and all these knots and stuff that seemed to be all of a sudden in my back and neck, that I ended up laying on my couch and then falling back to sleep again as well for a couple more hours, which also means the training that I was looking at trying to get onto to learn more, I missed out on as well, which is kind of funny. So I ended up missing out on something that was probably pretty good. But once again, I just had to rest and relax and get my body feeling better. It's still pretty rough today. Like, I don't have the headache, but I definitely have a lot of knots and stuff in my back and shoulders. So we are going to work on trying to fix that. But I can at least sit up and be present and be feeling like a normal human being for the most part, which is kind of what I was looking for today. If you heard all that squeaking in the background, that is my oldest son's guinea pig, Otis. I'm not sure what he's squeaking about. We gave him quite a bit of food and water last night, so he should still be golden there. I haven't had a chance to check on him because I wanted to come in and get this done, and then I was going to check on him after anyway, as I feed the dog and cat. I'll make sure that the guinea pig also has plenty of food as well. So my weekend was really good. I ended up going to Kamloops to visit my stepdad in the hospital and drop him off some stuff. I took my brother with me so he could go see him as well. Or at least the hope was we'd both go get to see him this time. Whereas last time they didn't let one of us through, so I was the one who went through. The way they had it set up is I couldn't actually park in the parkade, so I had to go find some other random parking spot. And then I was able to just walk down and meet him. So my brother was able to come down and meet him as well. And we just kind of hung out for about an hour and just talked, and found out that not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, he gets to come home. They've gotten him as far as they can with his rehabilitation and his physio to get the motion back in his left side of his body. And now it's up to him to come home and work on it from there. So that's really exciting news. He gets to come home, and we get to try and help him with his physiotherapy at home and get his body up and running properly on the left side, and hope everything works out for him. So we got some work to do over at my mom's house to get that kind of prepared. We have to put in some railings on some steps and move things around a little bit so he can move around a little bit better, because he's probably going to have a walker for a bit until he's able to get full motion back into his legs and into his left leg, into his left hand as well. Good news is he was able to move his left arm pretty good. He just doesn't have a lot of emotion in the entire thing. So he seems like he's getting a lot better. So he can move around. He's able to kind of clench things a little bit, but probably not super hard yet. So it was just really exciting to see him being able to move a lot of his move his left leg a lot better, move his left arm a lot better. It was really a positive experience to be able to see him, and he's looking a lot healthier and a lot better now as well compared to the last time I had seen him. So it was a really good positive experience. We're really excited that he's coming along so nicely. So are the doctors and nurses and his physiotherapists. So we're really excited to see how he comes when he gets home. how he comes about when he gets home. And yeah, we're just super excited that it's going to be another week and he gets to come home. So it's been such a long time since we've had him around that we miss him a lot. So we're looking forward to seeing him here in the next little while and getting everything prepped for that. So that's kind of where we're at the moment with him. I'm just kind of trying to catch up on a few things personally. Other than that, as you can see, we've once again put the chat on the right hand side of the screen for you, so you can see your stuff, and that way I can see it as well and give you any kind of shout outs, like UX Unknown Box, who just followed on Twitch, which is very appreciated. Thank you very much. Those of you on Get Vocal who probably can't see that, you also have your chat over on the left hand side because we stream all this stuff off of Get Vocal as well for the most part. Really fun spot to be able to come from, as I can download the audio specifically to do a podcast if I wanted to. So I might do that since I have two different shows that I'm running on here. I might do two different podcasts, one where I'm just kind of blathering on, and then the other one, which is the Thursday Night Thoughts, which airs 10 p.m. Pacific time every Thursday, is something where I just kind of pick one idea or one or two ideas and just kind of run with them for about 20 minutes and have some fun with it. I don't have the chat up normally for that one just because I'm trying to not distract myself with the chat. But I try to let people know. Oh, I see I kind of messed up on one of my things here. That's all right. It's just something that I copy and paste. So I obviously added some extra letters in that I shouldn't have. But what do you do, right? It is what it is. Actually, I had a pretty fun idea with that one too. That would be kind of a neat idea too. I could use one of the sticky notes and put it up on the digital ones up on the left hand side here, and just have this like one of the sticky notes that just has a lot of my information there too. That would be kind of a fun idea. Just coming up with some ideas that would be kind of interesting to have up on display as well. Just because my laptop at this point isn't super powerful enough to be able to do a lot of the streaming software. Like I can handle it and I can monkey around with it, but I can't really get it to stream to anywhere very easily just because it's not a high enough powered laptop. So I'm looking at working on trying to get that taken care of at some point in the next few months as well, where I can actually have a better laptop and be able to stream out better to everybody as well and be able to have a lot more fun with everything and everyone. So this is kind of where it's at right at the moment, but what do you do, right? You can only work with what you got to work with, and it just gets better over time as things start improving and growing. So I can only do what I can do. I do have coffee. It's just it's really super hot right at the moment, and it's coming out of my wonderful Batman coffee mug that my kids got me for Christmas a few years back. Absolutely love this mug. So I started bringing it back around again. I had to find it first and then kind of clean it up a little bit because it got lost in a few other cups and stuff around my counter and cupboards in my kitchen. So now it's all cleaned up and ready to go. We are ready to use her all again. And my kids always seem to know what I really like. Like this year for my birthday, they got me an Assassin's Creed wallet, which was pretty sweet. I love Assassin's Creed things, so every year they seem to be able to find me something from Assassin's Creed. This year it was a wallet. Year before was a book. The year before that was another book. So they actually got me the Blackbeard Journal book, which was pretty sweet one year, and then they got me the one for Unity, which was pretty sweet as well. Where it was like a hand guide to Abstergo, which I thought was really cool. So I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed reading both of those. I thought they were a lot of fun. It was nice to kind of get out of the normal routine of what I normally read, which is typically self-development style books and business books. So just having those which I really enjoy the games, and I know it's probably sinful to say, but I really enjoyed the movie as well. I really thought it fit pretty good into the universe of the games, and then I thought they really brought the movie itself into the games quite nicely. Once they brought out Origins, they actually did drop mentions to the movie as well, which I thought was a really good tie-in to everything to make it all kind of one universe. I actually hope they bring out another movie as well. So I think that would be a really great idea to bring out a little bit more in the way of different media for it. I know they have like comics and probably a few other things as well, which I haven't got into, unfortunately. But I do know they have a lot of different things out there. But I think another movie would be a pretty cool idea. But that's just kind of my thought on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the movie was just horrible enough that they don't want to do another one. Like I said, I thought it was a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. So I actually ended up going to the theater twice to go see it. First time I didn't enjoy it quite as much. But to be fair, I was super tired and I was just exhausted and I was having actually just a hard time staying awake, even though I was on a date. It had nothing to do with her. It just was me. I was just super exhausted. I was still working graveyards at that time. And it was way, way past my normal bedtime. So I was definitely just a tired person. But the second time I went to see it with my son, and we just enjoyed it. We loved it to no end. We both know quite a bit about the different stuff within Assassin's Creed. I really enjoy them. He likes watching me play them, but he doesn't like playing them himself. So, but that's kind of where we were at, and we had a lot of fun with it. And I just like how it all kind of tied in together. So, but yeah, that's pretty much I think everything that's kind of done right at the moment. Getting back onto a bit more of a scheduled track again, which is pretty nice. Structuring out my days a lot better. I actually have a bit of a plan stuck in my head, so I just need to write it down now and be able to act on it so that way I have a bit more structure to my day. So I'm just not wasting my days like I pretty much have the last, I want to say about 3 weeks now. The first week wasn't so bad. It was just kind of nice and relaxing, just kind of hanging out. The second week was like, okay, need to start doing a little bit more. So I started trying to put more in, and then now we're coming up onto 3 weeks, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like I'm even going to start shaving more again as well, instead of just letting this kind of scruff hang out, so I can start feeling better. Going to start trying to get out and getting a bit more exercise again as well. Being that I'm going to be from home and working from home, I'm going to be I'm going to start putting in an actual exercise routine at some point here as well, where I'm actually just able to ride the exercise bike more, get on my actual bike more when it's not pouring down rain, and maybe lift a little bit in the way of weights and do some other stuff, I guess. Not too sure what. We'll put something together, but we'll figure it all out. That's kind of what we do. All right. Anyway, I am now coming up onto the 13-minute mark. I usually don't want to try and go over. I usually want to stick between 10 to 15. So I am going to say I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you happen to be. And I look forward to talking to you on Thursday morning, because tomorrow morning is my normal day where I just take it to myself and do what I need to get done. And it's a personal day where I do what I need to do. Which tomorrow, if it's nice, speaking of biking, I am going to try and go for a bike ride with my dog. So I hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday morning. All right, hope you have a good one. I look forward to talking to you some more. Stay safe and have a great one. Bye.